inspiring people. They tend to have a halo. It's strange. And you don't always see it, but you can sense it. Makes you want to sculpt people. So yeah, a lot of my sculpture is about that kind of thing. Inspiring people, inspiring ideas. Those are the things that you want to preserve for all time, you know. A memory of what made your life special. I've got a permanent free public exhibit of my artwork here at the St. Vincent Guest House. It's a beautiful property, and it was a real privilege to be able to showcase my artwork here in the lobby where anybody can come in and enjoy it whenever they want. Like most artists, I think I started destroying the carpet in the family living room probably by the age of 7 or 8, so I signal that as the beginning of my art career. When I was 21, I was going to art school, and my mom tipped me off to this film that was shooting in town, and I went to their production office, and before they could kick me out, I memorized the address on the wall for the art department. The production designer had just gotten a model for the sculpture they needed for the film, and it was so terrible they were afraid to show it to her. So I went home and I made that model, and I came in the next day with it. She was so impressed that she hired me on the spot. That team was so happy with the results that they invited me to come to Los Angeles to work in the film industry and entertainment industry, and that's exactly what I did a few months later. I spent 5 years working in LA with the best sculptors in the country. The great thing about the entertainment industry is that it gives you an opportunity to learn everything that you need to know about bringing your vision into reality. I felt like it was time to move on. So I just packed up everything. It was right before Christmas, and by New Year's Eve I was on the road and on my way to New Orleans. I was just going to pass through. My mother had been married here, and she sent me these wonderful pictures of her honeymoon at Maidwood Plantation. And I just absolutely had to see this place. I couldn't believe that a place as beautiful as New Orleans was right here in America. By the third day, I had a job doing the same kind of work that I was doing in LA, but as head sculptor at Kern Studios, plus apartment in a wonderful place to live. And I was in New Orleans, set up. It was bizarre that something could like happen that quickly and that randomly, but sure enough. So for the next 5 or 6 years, I ended up working with the Kern Studios, made all kinds of projects. The Harley Davidson motorcycle on the Vegas Strip, worked on the Dueling Dragons ride for Universal Studios, Harrah's projects. We made the tribute to a river god and a couple big floats inside the casino. All kinds of parade projects. Boy, I can't even think of all the different projects that we've done. I've done hundreds of sculptures right now. I've forgotten about more sculpture projects that I've done than most people ever do in their lifetime. I rented like 3 or 4 different apartments from Greg Lewis, this is the grandson of Sinclair Lewis. Greg had come to me, I guess in like '97, and wanted me to sculpt a gargoyle for his house. So I made a mold of him, and we've probably made 20 of them now. They're populating the city. They're on the synagogue on Jackson Street. Some people have them on their homes. I've got one on the clock tower here. Greg has one on his chimney. At that point, after 10 years of learning all the techniques of sculpture, I was ready to explore design. I wanted to see what I had to say and how I could move people. And Herb and the crew of Hermes gave me the opportunity to do that. And it worked like a charm. Over the next few years, the crew of Hermes won Best Parade and Best Night Parade awards over and over and over again. As far as I know, it's the most award-winning parade in Mardi Gras history. That's one of the nice things about creating the huge monumental pieces for Carnival is they stick around, you know, they're valued and people get to enjoy them every year. And millions of people get to see them, you know, how often as that, and for free. You don't have to buy a ticket to Mardi Gras. You know, just show up. We'll show you, we'll share the art with you. I used to love standing in the parade line alongside Hermes. So I got to hear what people were actually thinking and saying while the parade went by. And I relished those moments because it's just absolutely unvarnished truth. I want the criticism. I want to know what I didn't do right. Because I can't learn from what I did right. I can only learn from what I've done wrong. Going to Miette is like walking inside of Mardi Gras. Angie Jackson is the owner of Miette. She created it, and it's all really her vision. She brought us all together to make it this incredible local New Orleans art fiesta. So Miette's a really special place, a true New Orleans treasure. I'm glad to be a part of it. When people see your work, when you see Rodin's work, or Bernini or Michelangelo, you feel your humanity at a deeper level than you do in your ordinary daily life. And that is a legacy which is worth living and dying for. So I've dedicated my life to that. And I hope that one day I'll make something that's worthy of that tradition, you know? Even one piece that makes people light up inside and make them feel like they're not alone, make them feel like their experience in life is part of a family. You know,